Have you ever heard of a pain so severe, so just electric, that it's actually been called the suicide disease? We're talking about this intense, sharp pain in the face. And for years, the focus has always been on treating the pain right there, in the face itself. But what if the real problem isn't in the face at all? Okay, let's get into this. We're going to pull back the curtain on what's really going on with this condition called trigeminal neuralgia. And you know what? The answer might lead us to some places you would never expect, like how you breathe when you're fast asleep, or even the way you're holding your head right this second. And this quote right here, this really reframes the entire problem. Think about it. A fever tells you you're sick, right? But the fever isn't the sickness, it's just a symptom. Well, in the same way, this unbelievable facial pain is just a symptom, a really, really loud one of a much deeper issue. So, our job today is to find the actual disease. So, to solve this mystery, first we've got to understand how the pain signal even works. We have to basically become detectives and trace that signal's path, from the initial trigger all the way up to the brain. Okay, so think of the trigeminal nerve as the main information superhighway for your face. It's got these 3 big branches that cover the top, middle, and bottom of your face, and every single sensation. Touch, hot, cold, and pain, it all travels along these routes straight to your brain. And check out this journey. A signal kicks off somewhere in your face, right? It zips to a little relay station, then gets processed down in the brainstem. From there, it's shot upstairs to the higher parts of the brain, where you finally go, "Ow, my face hurts." It's a really complex trip. But what happens when this whole system gets stuck in the on position? This right here, this is the absolute key. It's a state called central sensitization. Your nervous system gets stuck on high alert. The brain literally rewires itself to be hypersensitive. It's like your body's alarm system is now broken. It's just screaming and ringing constantly, even if the original fire, that initial injury, was put out a long, long time ago. This is how acute pain turns into chronic pain. Okay, so we know the pain pathway is in overdrive, but that just leads to the million-dollar question. What is setting off this hypersensitive system to begin with? Well, as you're about to see, this is where the story gets really interesting. The answer, it turns out, isn't just one thing. It's more like a cascade, a series of dominoes falling, one after another, that leads to that final, incredible pain. And that very first domino, it's often something that happens when you're not even awake. Just look at this chain of events. It kicks off with not being able to breathe right at night. So your body, trying to protect you, reacts by grinding and clenching your teeth to force that airway open. But that constant grinding causes these tiny injuries, these micro traumas to your jaw joint. And that trauma, night after night, leads to inflammation, which is what finally lights the fuse on that pain superhighway we were just talking about. So that first domino is often obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. This is where your airway actually closes off while you sleep. Your body panics, and your fight or flight system kicks in to jolt you awake just enough so you can breathe again. And this can happen hundreds of times a night without you even knowing it. And what's one of the main ways the body responds to being jolted awake all night? You guessed it, sleep bruxism. That intense, completely involuntary grinding of the teeth. It's not some bad habit. It's a deep, physiological response to a breathing problem. It's your body trying to save you, but in doing so, it's causing all this damage to your jaw. Now let's throw another major player into the mix, your posture. Specifically, that forward head posture we all have from looking at our phones and computers. That habit, which seems so harmless, creates an unbelievable amount of strain that feeds right into this whole pain cycle. Get this, because it's wild. For every single inch your head moves forward from your shoulders, it's like adding another 10-pound weight for your neck and back to hold up. Just imagine the constant tension and strain and inflammation that creates at the base of your skull and in your jaw. It's massive. But here's the good news. Studies are showing that with the right treatments, like specialized oral appliances that help your airway and your jaw position, you can actually correct this posture. And this can lead to taking off nearly 45 pounds of strain from the spine. Think about that for a second. That's not just masking pain, it's fundamentally changing the physical stress on your entire body. So now that we kind of get the real causes, airway, grinding, posture, how do we actually treat it? Well, it's not about just popping a pill to numb the pain. It's a whole multi-pronged attack that gets to the root of the disease. The modern standard of care is all about being conservative and reversible. We're talking about things like custom oral appliances to support your jaw and open your airway, specific medications to help calm down those overactive nerves, physical therapy to work on your posture, and even your diet to bring down inflammation in your whole body. It's a whole system approach. Now, on the medication side, there are a couple of heavy hitters. Carbamazepine, which is an anticonvulsant, is usually the first thing doctors try. It helps calm down those crazy lightning bolt nerve signals. Then there's baclofen, a muscle relaxant that also works as a major pain reliever for this kind of nerve pain. Both of them work by trying to quiet down that faulty alarm system in the brain. Okay, and this is a really important point. Not all of those mouth guards or oral appliances are created equal. A simple splint, that's kind of like a cast. It just holds things in place to protect them. But in orthotic, that's like physical therapy for your jaw. It's an active device designed to support, realign, and actually improve how everything functions. One is passive, the other is therapeutic. It's a huge difference. Which brings us to the biggest takeaway from all of this. If you want to treat pain in the face, you absolutely have to look beyond the face. You have to start seeing it as a signal from your entire body. I just love this quote. The face isn't just this separate part of you. It's like the dashboard on your car. When a warning light comes on, in this case pain, it's not telling you the light bulb is broken. It's telling you to check the engine. And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? Our whole fever analogy? Sure, you can take something to bring a fever down, but you're not going to actually get better until you treat the infection that's causing it. Real, lasting relief from this kind of facial pain doesn't come from just numbing the nerve. It comes from fixing the airway, correcting the posture, and stopping the damage. So the next time you think about any kind of chronic pain, whether it's in your face, your head, or anywhere else, just ask yourself this question. Are you just treating the symptom, putting out the little local fire, or are you looking deeper for the signals your entire system might be trying to send you? The answer? Well, it could change everything.